There are conversations that don't blow up, they don't end in yelling, they don't end in someone storming out. They just leave both people feeling slightly disconnected, unheard, misread, misinterpreted. And most of the time, it's not because someone doesn't care. It's because men and women often process reality differently. Not better, not worse, just differently. And if you don't understand the difference, you'll misinterpret the intent.
Most men aren't trying to be cold, and most women aren't trying to be dramatic, but we can easily experience each other that way. And once that narrative sets in, you start defending yourself instead of understanding each other. So today, we're going to go deeper, not into stereotypes, into awareness.
One of the first big things I noticed with John was this. When he was upset, he would say it, state it, and then move on. That was it. No emotional unraveling, no rehashing, no revisiting it in 3 hours. Just, that bothered me. Done. And I used to think, wait, that's it? Where's the processing? Where's the unpacking? Where's the feeling? Because when I'm upset, I want to tell you, and then I want you to feel it with me. I want emotional resonance.
And from my side, when I say something bothered me, I assume that statement carried weight. I don't repeat it because I don't need to. If I said it, it matters. And once it's acknowledged, my system moves forward. But if it keeps being revisited, my brain reads that as we're still in the problem, and most men don't want to live in the problem. We want to fix it or move on.
That difference alone causes so many misunderstandings because women often interpret if he's not talking about it anymore, he must not care. And men often interpret if she keeps talking about it, she must not feel safe. Neither is true. It's just different regulation styles. Years ago, I suddenly found myself responsible for supporting a family of 5. And that was the first time I truly understood the pressure that many men quietly carry. When that much responsibility is on your shoulders, you can't afford to emotionally collapse every time something hurts. You don't have the luxury of spiraling. You regulate, you compartmentalize, you move. And that doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you protect your capacity to continue. That changed everything for me.
Most men aren't emotionally shallow. They're emotionally guarded. And there's a difference there. If I have a lot on my plate and something hurts, I might not open that door fully. Not because I don't have a heart, but because if I open everything, it can feel like it compromises my ability to carry what needs to be carried. It's containment, not absence.
And many women misread containment as indifference. We think if he loved me, he'd sit there and process it all. But sometimes love looks like, I'm holding this so I can keep showing up. Understanding that softened me. It made me less reactive, less interpretive.
Even in small things, we're wired differently. How we approach tasks, what we prioritize, what we consider important. Sometimes I care about the structural outcome. Is it efficient? Is it functional? Does it solve the problem?
And sometimes I care about the experience. How did it feel? How was it delivered? What was the tone? And we can both be right, but if we don't understand the lens, we think the other person is missing something, when they're actually just valuing something different. Understanding this didn't just help my relationship, it helped me in business. When a man says, I want it this way, even if it sounds casual, it's not casual. He probably thought about it before he said it. it carries weight. And I used to discount that, thinking it was just a preference, but often it's a conviction.
And when a woman circles a topic emotionally, she's not being repetitive. She's trying to make sure the emotional layer is understood, not just the surface statement. If you miss that layer, she'll keep coming back to it, not because she wants to fight, because she wants connection.
This isn't about sides. This isn't about proving who's more evolved. It's about recognizing that even when you deeply love someone, their go-to way of handling things is not a reflection of how they feel about you. It's how they're built. And when you understand that, you stop personalizing everything.
You stop saying, he doesn't care, she's too much, and you start saying, that's how they regulate. And now we can work with it instead of against it.
Structure and flow, containment and expression, both are necessary. A river without banks floods. Banks without water are just dry stone. The goal isn't to become the same, it's to understand the rhythm.
When you understand how someone processes, you stop fighting their nature and you start building partnership in relationships, in business, in friendships, in leadership.
And sometimes the most loving thing you can say is, I see that's how you handle things, and I'm not going to make it mean something it doesn't. That alone can save years of misunderstanding.
This isn't men versus women, it's awareness, and awareness changes everything.